It's raining pretty hard outside. I might have to make this one a short one because it looks like our street might come up again. Our street's like famous in where we live. Really is quite ridiculous. Most streets are famous for who lives on them, or who they're named after, or things like that. Not ours. Ours is famous for flooding and just being an outright mess, which is kind of sad. Yeah, so, if you see long periods of pausing somewhere in the video where I'm not moving and it just sounds like rain thundering off of a roof, it's probably because I'm outside alerting the neighbors that the shit's getting flooded out. So, you're gonna have to bear with tonight. city's like, oh, you're gonna have to deal with another couple of years of this. It's like, I don't want to. I shouldn't have to. You should fix shit when it gets broke. You know? You shouldn't have to sit here worrying about whether or not the storm drain's gonna come up and tear my shit apart. Yeah. Just sounds right, huh? It's like, who do you know that lives in a city that doesn't seem to give a fuck that the people that live in it have to deal with this? And of course, they're all like, oh, we're doing something about it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're doing so much. You're doing so much about it that we can't even tell you're doing anything about it. It's great days. What a bunch of jokers. Alright, guess it's 1:15. Okay. Doesn't look like it. I hear coppers, so somebody's day is probably being ruined. Either that or somebody ruined their own day by being stupid. That happens a lot around here too. It's always classy move when you fuck up your own day, yeah? Should be 991. Okay. Perfect. another screw up.
Getting screwed up repeatedly.
Man. outlook on what people see. And other times it's major upheavals. And they all seem to happen all at the same time. And everybody always seems to forget one key detail. Life is a trial. You're not always going to be in an uphill climb. Oftentimes you're going to be stuck quite literally between a rock and a hard place. And sometimes it's going to hit you so hard and so fast, you won't know which way was up and what hit you. Until it's too late. The warning signs were there, and yet, due to the fact that you chose to make everything about you, you quite literally ended up between a rock and a hard place. Which is kind of ironic because they're both hard. Oh, it's crazy. Horseshit. Constant bickering, bitching over nothing. People say it's worth something. Come on, murdering over something that somebody said is nothing but horseshit. Who the fuck what? They said something. Big whoop. As far as what I think about that kind of stuff, that is nothing worth writing home about. And believe you me, when all this mess comes to pass, you will be writing home about it. Because you won't have any choice but to admit to what you did, why you did it, so on and so forth. And yet, you will try to find yet another reason as to why it wasn't your fault. Got something to tell you. Everything you choose to do is your fault. So you might as well just suck it up, buttercup. Because the moment you pick a dark choice in life, that choice will haunt you unless you choose to repent. And I'm willing to actually admit to the fact that I have my own skeletons in my closet. Everybody wants to hear about their bishops and their preachers being perfect and all that. Shit. My own bishop admitted in front of a crowd of strangers that the whole reason why he even bothered going to church as a child was because he was going there for the girls. Come on. If he's willing to admit that to total strangers, Why don't folks admit to the simple shit? At least if you admit that you fucked up, you're a little closer to those who try to play like they're holy rollers and know they fucked up but aren't willing to admit it. It's very simple. It really is. Have you fucked up? 9 times out of 10, the answer is yes. Serious. But how many people would actually be willing to admit it? How many of you folks out there would be willing to admit that you've lied, stolen, lust after people and things, and got all excited over something that doesn't matter? Really? How many of you folks out there would be willing to admit any of that willingly in front of total strangers? I seriously doubt any of you would willingly just walk up to a stranger and admit you've done that. Seven deadly sins, huh? There's ever so much more than 7. Especially if you don't repent from them. And yet, here we are. Ages have come and gone. Entire populaces, entire groups of people have disappeared off of this earth. And yet, the folks that cause the disappearances are unwilling to admit they've done wrong, and yet they're stuck having to deal with it. They're stuck having to live with it. Wait, you think it's a good job to murder somebody for no good reason other than you were paid to do it? Come on now. That's absolute horseshit and you know it. There is no fucking way you actually think a job like that is worth doing. And if you do, excuse me, you're seriously fucked in the head. You're stating facts here. Who in their right mind thinks murdering innocents is a job? I don't care what government you're with, or what affiliation, or any of that you are. If you believe that's a job, you need to go figure some shit out. For real. You honestly got fucked in the head somewhere. If you think that murdering the innocent for no other reason other than you were paid to do it is a good paying job, you fucked up somewhere.
You done seriously fucked up somewhere. That's not a job. That's murder. Anybody who thinks something like that is an actual job? You're fucked up. And me personally, I wouldn't want to deal with you. No. Nah, that's doing too much. Trying to deal with somebody who thinks that's okay? Folks, we got people out here that are seriously messed up. People that actually think a job like that is worth doing. If I could do a show of hands on this channel. Oh, goodness, why am I so tired? Yeah. If I could do a show of hands as to how many of you think that a job like that is an actual job, I'd probably be scared shitless. There's probably a few hundred of you that think that's a good job. That ain't a job. That's just premeditated murder. It's not worth doing. Come on now. And the sad and crazy part about it is, the folks that are doing it don't even realize they fucked up. How fucked up you gotta be? Huh? Go out there and say, I had a paid job. How many of you folks that are in the military would go up to a priest and with a straight face tell him you did it as a paid job? I'm expecting a lot of crickets. A lot of crickets. Not very many of you would admit to something like that. And of course, you got all these poor traumatized soldiers that come home with PTSD And 9 times out of 10, it's because they're dealing with the death that they've caused. It has nothing to do with being scared or loud explosions or none of that. It has to do with the fact that they can't deal with the shit that they were put through. And of course, we call them soldiers nowadays. Ain't nothing but a paid murderer. That's all it is. Everybody's like, good going, kudos, you fought for our nation, woohoo! You went to some other foreign person's country and you murdered. Yeah, sure. You came back alive. Kudos. You did good in that aspect. You made it back. But is there anything else, quote unquote, good that you've done? Because, frankly, I'm not seeing it. I really am not. I don't see anything right in paid murder. I don't. For you folks that put stock in death, oh boy. I don't think I would want to be you. For real. Nope. No, that's just straight up fucked up. Now, this enough of that, because some people legitimately do get fucked up over there. And some people really do believe that they're fighting for something good. But how much good is it really doing? I just don't see it. I don't see the point in needless death and violence. Over what? A land border on a planet we all share? Who the fuck cares? We're all people. That old saying my grandma used to say, and it wasn't meant to be a good saying, it was meant quite literally to be a put down for those who put their stock in the darkness. Ignorance is bliss, all the way until it turns around and bites you in the ass. It wasn't meant to be funny. It was meant to be a legitimate statement. For real. This world is so messed up, it doesn't even know it's messed up. Honestly. I'm just seriously curious as to how people can do some of this stuff to other people and then say it's a job. You're for real? Are you seriously that fucked up? You gotta be fucked up. There is something seriously wrong with you. For you to think that that's okay. Because it's not. Not even close. In what world is shit like this okay? Everybody always says there's no manual that was written to tell people how to live. I say bullshit. Read the Bible. And if you really want to think about things, think of it this way. If you make the Bible an acronym, the basic instruction book for living every day. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. Ain't even hard to figure that one out. You could be the dumbest person on earth and figure that out. Folks always sitting there complaining about how bad life is, and yet 9 times out of 10 those folks that complain about it are unwilling or unable to do anything about it. Okay, that's fine. I'll give you that. But to sit there and turn around and say that everybody else is wrong and you are right, even though you know you're lost. You messed up. Pretty terribly, somewhere along the way. for those of you that can go over there and do what you've been doing, come back and be perfectly fine, you know, you must have seriously seared your conscience closed to pull that off. For real. You must have taken that poker and gone seriously deep. To think something like that's okay. Quite frankly, a lot of the shit people do, especially nowadays, is so fucked up and backwards that I wouldn't wish half this shit on my worst enemy. Like, serious. I don't care how much you're paying. I am not gonna go to a foreign country, wipe them out, and tell them with a straight face it was because I was paid to do it. Nope. That statement in itself is beyond fucked up. I'm gonna wipe out your whole family, but it's okay because we were paid to do it. In what world is that okay? So I'm fairly certain there's rules against that written in a certain book that everybody always seems to forget about when things get tough or stuff quits going their way. Haven't you ever heard the line, it doesn't matter what you want, it matters what he wants? That is another statement that is not hard to figure out. Everybody always forgets the basics, especially when things don't go their way. Well, it's not always your way. You always try to cast the creator out of the picture and wonder why shit don't work. Huh. Well, I wonder why it doesn't work. There very well could be a major reason as to why shit ain't working for you, huh? Really? Folks, come on. Nobody's that stupid. Hmm. There's absolutely no way folks can possibly be that stupid. It's not even hard to figure out. It's right there in front of your face. Life gets hard sometimes. You know? My uncle had a saying when life got hard. Tough fucking titties. Okay? Shit gets hard sometimes. Just fucking deal with it. Don't be a big mopey bitch and try to drag everybody else down with you. That ain't much of a living. It's not how I would want to live at all. Who would want to live like that? Huh? That doesn't sound like much of a life. You for real? Oh, life ain't going my way, so what am I gonna do about it? I'm gonna drag everybody else down with me. Well, that sounds like a great philosophy, doesn't it? No. That ain't a philosophy at all. That's a twisted and corrupt way of thinking. If you think that is a good way to run a life, huh? Oh man, are you lost? Oh wowie wow wow wow! Did you miss the memo somewhere? Nobody can quite tell where, but you missed it. that's messed up. And the saddest part is, folks think this shit is okay. Since when is paid murder okay? Certain governments may think it's okay. Certain folks, sure, they've turned over an unwanted leaf. Sure, okay. You think it's okay. But just wait till you got the explaining side of things. And see if you got off scot-free. Everybody always forgets that little detail. That little quiet voice in the back of their head that's always saying yes or no. Should you do this or shouldn't you do this? Well, there's a reason why it's there. And it isn't so it could be ignored. It's there to help you. Everybody's always like, ooh, you're crazy, you listen to it. Well, only those who seared their conscience closed with a hot, as if with a hot iron, don't hear it. I'm sure in some small way, everybody's heard that voice at least once. And yet, here we are. How far, supposedly, we've advanced through history, and yet we continue to miss the shit that's right in front of us. And yet when it happens, most people either scoff, blame God, curse God. Very few actually bother to put two and two together and realize that it was meant to happen. It's like, folks, come on. Sometimes you can't have the cake and eat it too. Sometimes you gotta give it up. How far down that path do you think you have to go before you realize you're on the wrong path? How far down that path do you have to go before you finally realize you fucked up somewhere? You done picked the path that was easy instead of the one that was right. The road to hell wasn't meant for people. It wasn't meant for us. It was meant for the devils and the demons. And yet people so easily fall for for their tricks and don't even realize, hey, dark off, that's funny. Sorry you're late. I ain't got a timer going. Whatever you show up is whatever you show up. Yo! I'm in the middle of ranting about life. Although I'm sure most folks that watch these probably aren't Bible thumpers. So I probably should change the topic while you're still here. I'm not sure what to talk about, really. Had a nice long rant about life. Oh, nice. Yeah, I had a big old rant about, you know, different professions, I'm gonna put it that way, folks have, and how I don't believe that, you know, murder in any form, paid, wow, you're the first one to actually not care. Never got why people get offended or defensive. Well, for a lot of them, unfortunately, it usually has to do with loss of loved ones. Like, I hate to say it, but a lot of it is self-centered reasoning. It's, you know, they just, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and the ones that lose, it doesn't usually end up too well for them. That name's kind of ironic. Yeah, I'm just trying to do content, and with my brother not being here, it's kind of hard to decide what to talk about. Yeah, I think it was 2 days ago I had a stream on chosen segregation, and how it's almost as bad as when it was forced. How's my day? Well, today was okay. It was actually kind of slow, but tomorrow is gonna be real fun. I'm helping Bishop. The Bishop try to clean out his. Change my username. Person landed on Twitch. So that was. It was back when I cared about stuff. There's always something worth caring about. It's just a lot of what folks choose to care about isn't always the best thing. It's kind of hard to explain it in a way that doesn't offend people. was funny. Bishop asked us a question because me and my brother are both Jewish. And when we started explaining it, he didn't want to hear it. Not even a game you're interested in. You're watching this. And most of my family... Wow, what do you know? Most of my family's the same way. Other than Aunt Sandy, Uncle Tim, Aunt Lynette, and Uncle Bill, nobody in my family even talks to us. They could care less if we even exist. At least that's the way it feels. Amber Jones. Hey! Man, what's with all the new faces? Dark often needs bits. I still find that funny. Yep, y'all's kind of got on a bit late. I'm actually, once the sun starts rising, I'm play the national anthem and go ahead and turn it off. But, you know, long rant about Creed Claw. Now that's the name I remember. I was like, who in the hell is this? Now you said Creed Claw. Now I know exactly who you are. That was back when we were watching other people's channels and not even bothering using ours. That's life. It's just like, have any of you stopped to look back and realize how much time has passed in such a short period? At least that's the way it seems. You look back and 16 years have passed, and yet it's like no time has gone by at all. Any of y'all been like that? Maybe not 16 years, but any amount of time? Has any of you looked up and realized how much time has passed? How many lost opportunities have come and gone? Yes! The same job, same task, same people. There you go. Hey! That's it. Wow. It's amazing how many people can relate to that one statement, ain't it? Look at that. Repetitive. Just blends together and you forget everything because it's just so boring. Or you get one of those days where it's so ridiculously one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. And you're sitting there and you're like, where the fuck is the days gone? And you turn around and it's like, poof! 10 years have passed. Poof! You've been married 50 years. And yet nothing has ever happened. Shit like that. Well, not quite like that, but... I still got plenty of time. But it's just like... You wish you could get married. Why not? Sometimes you gotta ask for the right person. Can't always just be you. If you know what I'm getting at. Feel that it'd be so boring. Well, yeah, it is quite the commitment. I'm not saying that it wouldn't, ruin the time of those who like, frolicking? To put it, base term, it's for those who have finally decided, fun time's over. It's time to actually do something. Have a family, raise some kids, a little offspring, a little bang bang here and there, Marriage isn't totally a waste of time. And then, of course, you got those who bang because it's fun, and I ain't blaming them either. I feel that it'd be so boring. Well, not always. It just limits who you can mess with. Not unless you play around a hall pass and you got one of those wives that don't give a shit. Well, if that's what you want to do, it's your life. I ain't telling you how to live it. I'm just giving you basic suggestions. What you do with your life is on you. You know what I mean? I can't force nothing on you. If you don't want to listen, you could always just change the channel, or put on another stream, or not watch our YouTube channel, which features all of these and some religious stuff for those who want to know the Bible from beginning to end. And we've even started a few reads and books that aren't in most Bibles. Whew. Well, that's one way of looking at it. Alright, well, there's a loud Ukrainian national anthem playing, so I recommend turning down your headsets if you have them. Otherwise,